Hi, everyone. Today I'm here with David Boeckle, and we're going to be talking about content management solutions. So, David, what are you seeing most SAP customers use as content management solutions?
Well, Odin, I think before I answer that, I'll talk about content management in general, right? So, as most customers know, we want to take care of the data. We want to make sure that we have a good strategy for managing data volumes, managing data in terms of compliance, managing data in terms of governance and quality. But let's be honest. So we have structured data and we have unstructured data. So the unstructured data would be your documents, right? And lots of examples, purchase orders, sales orders, CAD drawings, et cetera. And even when we get into more specialized spaces such as HR and payroll, there'll be things such as employee offer letters, resumes, communications with the employee, payroll statements, et cetera. It's critical that we have the ability to store that content in a repository with a taxonomy and folder structure that allows us to have access to that information, and that we restrict that information to the specific folks that should have access. So back to your question, what are we seeing to be most prevalent? I would say that the vast majority of our customers would leverage the open text portfolio. So that would be extended ECM, or extended enterprise content management. And when we look at extended ECM, kind of two flavors. So one for basic IT or business related content, and one purpose-built repository for the critical HR and payroll related content. So extended ECM or extended ECM for success factors if you're running success factors as your HR solution.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, David, what about smaller customers that can't justify spending money on a more expensive solution?
Yeah, I mean, that's a good question. And, as we look at, what's happening in the SAP ecosystem today, fantastic solutions offered by SAP. A lot of smaller customers are electing to move to SAP, perhaps for the first time, or they're a spin-off of a bigger company, but they've lost the bankroll of the bigger company, right? So now where we spend our money is critical. So what I would say is that, the open text solutions are extremely powerful, very robust, almost limitless in terms of the capabilities. But you're right, Odlin. Some of those smaller customers do not have the business requirements where they'd be able to take advantage of all of those capabilities of a solution such as OpenText. So they turn to what's available in the market. The first thing that they do is they say, we'd like to stay in the SAP ecosystem. And that's one of the drivers for OpenText itself is it's a solution extension to SAP. But if that's not the right fit, and it's not the right fit for everyone, what else do I have available in the SAP ecosystem? So at Artos, we partnered with SAP and we built a solution called DMS Plus, which is built exclusively on the Business Technology Platform, or BTP. And that solution provides us with the capabilities to store documents. It provides us with the capabilities for doing notes and annotations on documents, building taxonomy and workspaces similar to some of the other solutions available. But we've actually built some other things in as well to really showcase value. So, we're at Sapphire 2026, and I think I've heard the word AI or agentic AI 6,700 times in the last day, right? It's popular, right? And for a reason. So we have built AI capabilities into DMS Plus to do a couple of things. So one, to make things easier for the consumer, right? Two, to give them capabilities that would typically take a lot of time in terms of professional services and, potential development and setup costs. So we do things like the ingestion of documents. We can do auto classification. So through AI, we're able to determine what type of document is it, what is the content, how should it be stored, in what taxonomy, who should have access. So we do that. We also provide, the ability through AI to do document summarization. So you may be looking at, an employee folder as an example, and looking at 50 different documents that you may have generated through that employee's lifespan with with your company. We're able to actually provide a summarization of what is in those documents through AI itself. And another piece that's really important that customers really seem to navigate towards is AI redaction. So sometimes there's a need to obfuscate data. Sometimes, as the hiring manager or the manager of that employee, there's certain pieces of data that you should be able to see. There's other portions of data that you should not be able to see because they're private in nature. So leveraging the AI capabilities inside of DMS Plus, we're able to determine based on your role what you should and shouldn't see, redact the document automatically, and save that. So hopefully that answers your question.
It does. Thank you, David. And if you want to learn more about DMS Plus or content management solutions, feel free to reach out to us or go onto our website at oritas.com.